Yesterday we have seen the auto storage class. Auto, that means local variables. Local variables are stored in its text section of the memory area. So what is the scope? Scope is auto variable is within the function only or within a block only. And life of an auto variable starts when function get created and life ends when function gets deleted. So this is the thing we have seen related to auto variable. Today we will see next storage class is static. This is most important for interview. Static storage class. So what is the auto? Auto are stored in the memory area of stack section. And what is the value of the auto variable at the time of declaration? Suppose I have taken integer I. So what value will give to I? That is the garbage value. So we can say that is the undefined value, undeclared value, anything way. So that is the garbage value. In the case of static, default value of static storage class is the 0. So default value of static is 0. So I will make one program. Static integer I intf %d comma I. I will run this code. So value is 0. So static default value is 0. Write down this. And next, what is the global variable? Global variable, that means we will declare above the main. So that scope is within the file. So suppose I will take integer I is equal to 10 here. This is my global variable. And suppose I will take here I is equal to 20. So what will be my output here? So in C program or C language, local variable have the highest priority. So my output here is the 20. So in C language, local variables have. So my output here is the 20. All the global variables are stored in its data section, and all the local variable are stored in its photo section. But here, if my local variable is static, then it is stored in the data section. So all the static variable are stored in the data section of memory. My output here is 20. Suppose I will take here print function. I will call the print function. I will make here void print void print void. Inside that I will print I. Now what will be my value of I? Hmm?
10.
Yes, inside here 10, because it is taking global variable. So this scope is within the function only. This function static is stored in its data section. That's okay. But local variable have the highest priority. Here we have no any local variable, so it will take the global variable. So in print is 10, in main is 20. Yes, so write down this program. Okay, next what we will do, I will change here return type. Instead of void, I will send one address of variable. This is my, I will make this is the static. Static, that scope is within the file only. So what is within the file that we will see. I will take one pointer, integer pointer. P is equal to print function. In main rp is equal to, here in the print function, what we will do, first we will print I, then return address of I. So what will be output here? Here it's 20, here it's 10. What will be output here? 10.
10.
Why? Because we are passing the address of I. I is the global variable. So we
Yes.
can pass that address and we can store that address and we can access that data indirectly. Yes, star p is 10. Write down this program also and write down one note here. All the static variable are stored in data section of memory. Either it's local or either it's global. All the static variables are stored in its data section of memory. So first, what you learn from the static and auto variable difference. Local variables are stored in the stack section of memory. Static variables are stored in the data section of memory. Next, static variable scope is within a file. So this is my p87.c. This is my file. So my scope is within this file only. I cannot use p88.c and like this way. In other file, I cannot use stat. So static scope is within a file. So that we will come to part that. That is the main difference. That is the main thing. Because of that reason, we are using the static. Next is the scope. So we seen the memory section. So memory is the memory location is the data section. Static variable are stored in data section. Next is this. What is the scope of static variable? If we declare global static, so we can access throughout the file, and if we declare local static, we can access within a function or where it's declared. So this is the scope of static variable. If we declare global static, we can access throughout the file. So this is most important, throughout the file only, not if you will in future you will write the different files and you are trying to access in other files, so that is not possible. Static scope is within a file only. If we declare global static, so we can access throughout the file, and if we declare local static, so we can access within a function or where it's declared or where we declare it. So this is understood. Next is the what is the life of static. So life of static variable starts when a program is loaded into the RAM for execution, and life ends when the program execution gets completed. It will run it life, that means allocation of memory is continuously inside our. So when we load into RAM and when we complete our execution till the times that will be available in the RAM. Life of a static variable starts when a program is loaded into the RAM for execution. Life ends when the program execution gets completed. What is the meaning of this line? So if you create one local function inside that static variable life will ends when your program will gets completed. If you take global variable static, so when you load into the RAM, that means I will do ./a.exe. Whenever my execution will not get completed, that life will not get destroyed. Because of that reason, one more functionality available of the static variable. For a static variable, reinitialization is not done. So reinitialization is not performed. Reinitialization. What is the meaning of this line? Reinitialization. Highlight this line in your book. This word is most important. So we will see with one example. Reinitialization, that means what we are initializing in local variable, when we call that function again and again, then reinitialization is not possible. So exactly meaning of that line I will write down. I will move to again p87.c. I will make it as a void. This is also void. Okay. Now I have called the print function and I have taken here static integer I is equal to 10. And here I am doing I plus plus. So I have called the print function. I will call again. I will call one more time. So 3 times I have called print function. What will be my output here? First time print called. Suppose this is the first time. So this is what is my value of I here? 10. right? 10.
Yes.
So this is 10. Yeah, that is okay. I plus plus, that is the, then after again we call the print function. So this, what will be my value of I here?
10.
Again 10, because this is the initialization and this is, then I plus plus. Then again printf, what will be my output value of here? I
10.
10. So this is expected output is 10 10 10. My output is 10 11 12. Why I plus plus? So that is why I have highlighted this line U. For a static variable, reinitialization is not performed or not done. What is the meaning of reinitialization? So first time when we call this print function, that will initialization with the I is equal to 10, my variable is static. Static, that means it store in its data section and its life is when my execution will get completed till the time my variable is available inside my RAM. Okay, so now static integer I is equal to 10. So my value is first time 10 and I plus plus, that means I is incremented to 11, that location. Next you will call the print function, so that this initialization will not done, it will directly come to here. So in execution of the program, only one time this execution will done. Every time you call the print function, so reinitialization will not perform, you will get the updated value of the I. So my updated value of I again increment, then updated value with 12. So static inside the function reinitialization will not performed. Understood this meaning of this line? If I will remove here static and I will take normal integer, then my output will be 10, 10 and 10. This I plus plus will be ignored. So my output is 10, 10, 10. But if we will take static, if we will not take anything, that is the auto variable. So auto variable is life is what? When function or block gets completed, so life will gets end. But in the static case, life is the available inside my RAM. So because of that reason, reinitialization will not perform when you call first time at the time of only initialization will done. So write down this program. Any question?
No.
Next topic is the multiple file compilation. So then only you will understood the scope of the static. So when we supply multiple files to the compiler, compiler will separate preprocess, separately translator, separately assembler. After that, in the linker stage, all the .o, that is the object files, are linked with the libraries and in generate one executable file. So write down this. When we supply multiple files to the compiler, will separately reprocess, separately translate. You know the stages of compilation: preprocessor, translator, assembler and linker. So we have already seen in the starting. So separately
Yes.
preprocess, separately translate and separately assemble. So that is means assembling. After that, all the .o files. .o, that is the object files. Assembler will convert .assembly to .o files. That is the object files. And the library is linked and generate one executable file. That is our a.exe. So whenever you supply multiple files to the compiler, so compiler will separately do this pre-processing, the translating and the assembler, all the stages. And then after at the linker stage, it will compile all the object files and linking with the libraries and generate one executable file. So for example, suppose I have two files c1.c and c2.c. So compiler will convert into the c1.i Here also c2.i, c1.s, c2.s, and here it will c1.o, and here c2.o. After that, in the linker stage, suppose I will compile both the file at a time. So in this case only, dot object file, here it will linking with the predefined libraries and linking this all the object files and generate one a.out or a.exe files. So this is our executable files. Okay,
Yes.
so done this, I will erase this.
Yes.
So we will see with example. So I will not show you .is and .o like this, but we will compile two files at a time and we will run that executable file. So next most important is you can use static keyword before function also. Static keyword before the function. That function is called static function. So that function become static function. Like before variable integer I am putting the static keyword, that is static integer I. So my variable becomes the static variable. Similar way, if your function before the function you will write static keyword, so your function will become static function. So in this here I will write before the word static word print. So my this function print function will become the static function. The property of static function is that function can be called only the function which are present in within a file. So what is the meaning of this line? The property of static function, that function can be called by only the function which are present same file. I can write same file is the good keyword. Okay, so done this line, then we will move to the another. Suppose I will make two files, suppose 87 or like this way, otherwise I will give different names c1.2 and c2.c. I will delete this first, then again make. So you can make any name file. So I will, for example, I will make c1.c file and another one is c2.c file. So inside the c1.c I will write code main and I am calling the function name print function. And print function is available inside my c2.c file. So c2.c file I will not write main function and all. Main function will be only one time in my executable file. So I will write directly here void print character star p, and here printf print function star s comma p. So whatever the you can see c1.c you can see here. Just a second. So I have written c2.c. Inside the c2.c, my has include stdio.h and integer main and print hello function. So hello is the string I am passing to the print function. This is my not printf. This is print my own function. And print function definition is written inside the c1.c. And here I am written that whatever the string that will pass that address I am storing in my pointer, and I am collecting it and I am printing that string printf in print function. This is the my string. So I will compile this file. I will compile gcc c2.c then c1.c. So write down first file name is your main function is available is there, and then see next file. So my file compiled where I did a mistake. So there is the warning. Ignore the warning. Okay. Here
Yeah.
also p.
Char star P. There is no difference. No this time. Yeah. After. No.
Thanks. Then also it's showing print a warning is that So has include stdio.h void print. Okay, I will run this dot slash a dot exe. Yeah, so it's print in print function hello. So ignore the warning. So it's printing in print function. It's hello. So it's showing that why you are using the print your own function. Printf is available inside the as include stdio.h. So you can use printf instead of print. So this is our own function we have written. This is so like this way we can use now. So write down first this c1.c and c2.c. Then we will write one more thing. Next, I will make my function as a static. So what is the scope of static? We can call within a file. Scope is within a file only. So we cannot call from the another file. We cannot access from the another file. If I will try to access from the another file, this is not possible. Here you can see now it's generate a error. LD return one exit status. Undefined reference to print. Now it's not possible. Understood this? The static function
Mhm.
scope. Static function scope is we can the function should be available inside my. So yeah, if I will cut it down here and not cut control Z, I will copy from here and inside here I will write down here and if I will write down in similar file, so then I want to declare also. This is my declaration, this is my definition. Here semicolon. And I will compile only c2.c file. Now it's possible. So within a file, we can call it within a file, we can access this out of the one file to another file. It is not possible to access that function if that function is a static. So static scope is within a file only. Same as a variable also, we cannot access to the another file static variable. So if we have not written anything, so by default it is taking as a extern. So what is the meaning of extern? Extern is we can access throughout our program anywhere. So that means we can access to the multiple file. We will take it as a extern. If we have not written anything, so by default it will take as a extern. This is not needed. Write down here only static first, and static is not possible. Instead of static, it will be there extern. So extern is by default if you will not write anything. Extern is by default, that means externally it will connected it with. Okay, so next we will start. You have time of 15 minutes, so we can complete extern variable also.
Yes, I have.
Okay,
Okay.
next is the extern storage class, extern variable. So you have seen extern in the function, it is by default is there. If you will not write anything, so extern is there. So that means externally it is the linking with that. So default value of extern storage type is 0. Extern variable are stored in its data section. Suppose I will take two files here again, e1.c and e2.c. So in the e1.c, I will take here extern integer I in printf percentage d slash n comma I. And in the e2.c, I will take integer I is equal to 100. So I will compile this code. First, I will compile only gcc e1.c. What will be my output here? In printf, what will be my value of I? 0.
0.
LD return status. Undefined reference to I. Okay. So if we will use extern, then we have no any reference. So yeah, we have to write e1.c and e2.c. Now it will get the reference of I. What is the value of I? So my value of I will be 100. So otherwise I have to write here I is equal to 10. Suppose I will write declare. Now 10. Yeah. So we have to write initialize something value. Otherwise, we have to use as a extern. Undefined reference again. So yeah, if we have declare, then also it's not possible. So main purpose of extern is what? We have to linking with another files. Suppose my data is common for the both the files. So I have multiple files available. My I variable is common for the all the files. So what we will do in one file, that is main file, we will make extern. So this is my extern integer I. So this I can be modified using another file also, because my variable name is extern. Extern, that means we can access from the another file. So you can modify from the this file, and you can use your I in this file. You can make e3.s.c file. Inside that also you can edit your I value. So like this way you can use in different functions, different files. If you want to use, then you have to make your variable as a global extern. Understood this? So write down this even.c and e2.c. That is not only c file dot h file, also we will make our own header file. That time also we will see how to access this extern variable and all things. So you can declare extern variable inside your header file also, or .c file also. Understood the use case of extern?
Yes.
Then so what you learned using extern integer I passing. So when we declare the extern integer I, so that is passing information to the translator. So in the translator stage, it take care. So to the translator that is present in the another file. Because of this reason, translator is giving us error as the LD in reference to the value is not found. So because of that reason, you need another files. When you use extern integer I, so that is declaration is passing information to the translator that is present in another file. Next, if we declare a global variable without any storage type, the compiler will treat that as a extern type. We declare a global variable without any storage type, compiler will treat that as a extern type. You have to take care about when you declare your variable as a global. So you can see here, suppose I will not write here extern or anything keyword. So compiler automatically treated this integer I also as a extern type. So suppose I will compile my code even.c. Now it's working and it's giving a zero value. But suppose I will compile like that this way even.c and e2.c, and it will give the updated value of I. So updated what how the linking happen. So compiler treated integer I as a extern type. Why? Because we have not written here extern or static keywords. Suppose I will write here static keyword, then it's not possible to do linking with the e2.c. The value is 0 here. So updated value of e2.c will not update here. If my variable is static, that scope is within the file only. But suppose I will write integer I like this way, so it compiler will make it as a extern type. So treat as a extern type. So you have to be take care when you declare a global variable and you are using the multiple files. So this rule is that if we declare a global variable without any storage type, compiler will treat as a extern type. What is the scope? So what is the scope of the extern variable? Extern is having a local scope also or global scope also. But we are generally not using inside the local scope. But there is the suppose this is my otherwise I will make I will go to here integer main. Suppose I will take here my extern integer I. So the scope is within a function only. We cannot access outside the function. So now my I value Suppose I will take integer I and I value is assigned is 10. I will run this code. Why error? The initialization is not allowed to local declaration of external variable. Okay, initialization is not allowed to local variable of, so I is equal to 10 here, and this is my function void abc. Terminal. Let's see, is there any error or not? Here we have to write void abc. Yeah, it will generate a here error. I is undeclared. We have declared I as extern, but that scope is within the function only if that is the local. Understood? If my I will be the global, then scope is within a program, not only specified to file only within the complete program. But here it will generate error undefined reference to I. Okay, so when we use extern keyword, at that time we have to do e1.c and e2.c both. So it translator is expecting that that another file my variable is available, but that the priority is goes to the this one. So 10 and 10 because my updated value of I will be 10. Understood this? Extern having a local also or global also. Local that means within a function, global that means within a file. So if you are changing your data from here to 100, I am changing again my data from here to 100 to 10. So my updated value of I is 10. So here also and here also it will print 10. So you can update from here and again you will write another function call. So it will update taking the updated value. So like this way you can use extern to another file. So whenever you have to use your data in another file, so you have to make your variable as extern, and then after you have to initialize the data. So this is the scope of the extern variables. And next, what is the life of an extern variable? So life is same as static. So life of extern variable start when a program is loaded into RAM for execution, and life ends when program execution gets completed. Life is same as a static, so I will not write down same as static. Okay, that's it for the extern variable. So today we have see the static and extern. Any questions?
No.
No. Yeah, do practice, then you will understood better way.